experience. When you know it all already, there is not the idea within that all-knowingness of discovery, of experiencing things as if for the first time, which, by the way, many of you say you like. And also the idea you call surprise. How could anything surprise you if you always know it's coming? So one of the fundamental reasons to create a linear frame of reference is to experience things as if, in that sense, you begin as a blank slate. And then, by elaborately playing an amnesia, so to speak, on your all-knowingness, can then seem to experience things with the joy of discovery, with the apparency of the first time. Even in your vernacular, even in your planetary society, you enjoy not knowing what is going to occur when you go to, say, your movies. Or in that sense, you have the joy of seeing how it will play out. From the multiplicity of possibilities, you see how one particular version will play out and enjoy being surprised by it. This is one, shall I say, microcosmic analogy to your entire life. The idea of unfolding as if you are actually experiencing things for the first time. Now, many of you view this as a curse, but you may also understand, now that I have mentioned it, now that you are entertaining the notion that you have chosen on some level to do this, that seeming amnesia only exists from where you are sitting, from your standpoint right now, from the perspective of your higher self, your soul, your oversoul, whatever you wish to call it. You already know what you are doing. You already are playing out a set of choices, so to speak, that you have laid down. So nothing occurs that is outside of your consciousness, outside of your being. Your consciousness is your infinite knowingness. What you refer to on your planet as your mentality is your finite version of knowingness. So you experience your mentality as an unfoldment. And from this perspective, it seems quite real. It seems like this is the only reality. This is the only, many times, individuals will say, planet with intelligent life. Not true. And you may understand that that is a very narrow point of view. By excluding 99.9999 so on and so forth percent of reality, you focus in on a very fine fractionated portion of your totality. You may feel that seeing, thinking, hearing, smelling, feeling one thing at a time is the normal mode of operation. But from your higher self perspective, it is a unique experience, for your higher self has the ability to understand an infinite number of things at once. So therefore, one thing at a time is actually the exception rather than the rule. How you set up your reality here, so to speak, is by seeming as though one thing at a time is the rule, and playing that sense, that fine ability to focus down one thing at a time. These are all built into the reasoning of your higher self for experiencing this type of reality. Now, the sense of amnesia that you impose upon yourself is so pervasive, is so all-inclusive, that you have conveniently, perhaps some of you will experience that inconveniently, forgotten even why you're here. But obviously, you are now beginning to allow yourself to attract the resources through whatever you read, whatever you find yourself attracted to, interactions such as this, to remind yourself through reflection, through a mirror. I am only a mirror within your own consciousness, that these other ideas and meaning, needless to say, you get that effect. And constantly are you going somewhere, never quite being where you are. Where you are is always where you are always has advantages that any other place you seem to go, and I am speaking in your own linear terms, will not contain. So every here and now has a unique advantage, and your willingness to simply remind yourself of this is perhaps one of the first steps to beginning to see or beginning to allow yourself to examine what is right in front of your face. Always does the moment contain a unique advantage. Remember this, unless you choose to forget. When I say you are always trusting in something, I mean it. For trust is one of the mechanisms that your mentality utilizes to hold your reality in place. So if you trust, or if you do not trust, for instance, in the statement, I get what I want, one way to look at it is that you don't have faith or trust that you get what you want. But perhaps another more efficacious or more advantageous way to look at it is that you are trusting that you do not get what you want. So it is not a matter of building up trust that you do get what you want. It is a matter of identifying and acknowledging where you are already placing your trust, which in general, there is some under or overtone in many individuals that you get what you are dealt. However, that is not...
Okay, where these stay as they were defined before, where the plus, the short plus, takes two elements and the short times doesn't take two vectors. Element in the underlying code, the underlying field, and the vector makes it a vector. Of course, one example is a real vector space. Over the real numbers, we can add vectors and have S multiplication, which satisfy. Now there's a new set of rules. That again, K-me, now I write them here. And now it's for the top class, anything focus on for the focus item here, it's exactly the same rules, but now applied to the vector space. Same laws, right? But then now for these times, there cannot be K because they're not two vector spaces. So there are another set of four axioms. Really say for which operation they are because all the operations have these actions link these and these operations. So the associative law where I have the two distributors, distribute over this class, and distribute over that class. dot in between here, circ dot or normal dot? Tell me. Circ dot or normal dot between these two elements? Normal dot. And here? Circ. And here? Circ. And here? Also circ, because that makes it into vectors and so on and so on. So you can always see this, but they're really different operations that we suppress the notation is a different issue. But now we drop the circs because I'm going to use them in a second for yet another operation. Okay, so now, as always, you now know, you classify these sets and so on by looking at the structure-preserving maps, and the structure-preserving maps, the homomorphisms, are called linear maps. So F is called a linear map, a linear map F from one vector space V in another vector space W. And now I should again emphasize this may be equipped with plus and with circ plus, circ times, and this is equipped with box plus and box times. Because the different vector space, it can carry different pluses and S multiplications. And a linear map is a map for which it's true, always true, that for all V, V1, V2 in V, it's true that F of V1 circ plus V2 is F of V1 box plus F of V2. So you can first add in the first vector space and then map the result, or you can map the individual vectors and then add in the target vector space, and you get the same result, and that's a property of the map F. That's the additivity, and here you have for any lambda in the underlying field and for any V in the domain, you have F of lambda circ times V is lambda box times F of V. Okay, and you saw this before, probably without the circs and the boxes, but it's important to emphasize this once. And of course, it could be that W is the vector space V as a set. It could still be the same vector space as a set, and in principle, yeah, well, it could have different operations on it, so you still have to obey this. But of course, these two, the domain and the target, could be totally identical as vector spaces, including their operations, and then of course you do no longer need to distinguish, but that's kind of the degenerate case, not the rule. That's a linear map, and a linear map that's a bijection, and a bijective linear map is called a vector space isomorphism. And this is automatically linear in the other direction, vector space isomorphism, and again call vector spaces
experience. When you know it all already, there is not the idea within that all-knowingness of discovery, of experiencing things as if for the first time, which, by the way, many of you say you like. And also the idea you call surprise. How could anything surprise you if you always know it's coming?
The anti-symmetry.